Hello there, dear viewer, and, well, I hope you enjoy a solid hour of Postal 2. I've decided to wrap up all of Friday in one video, because it felt appropriate.
Stupid alternator. Let's see. Ooh, can't forget to pick up that package. Wonder what's in it. Guess I need to go here for that. Can't forget Uncle Dave's birthday. He always throws such excellent parties at the compound. Now where is that? Man, I sure hope I get to sleep in tomorrow. Glad to see my tax dollars aren't going to waste.
So, it's Friday, the last day of normal old Postal 2, and we've done a lot this week. We bought the milk, got fired, cashed a check, and then robbed a bank. Well, actually, we robbed that same bank repeatedly. We set several marching bands on fire, we played some arcade classics, saved the school from a zombie invasion, put sledgehammers into things, petitioned to get whiny congressmen to play violent video games, we returned a library book, and then shortly after escaped a burning library. We met Gary Coleman and confessed our sins, we got arrested, broke out, and soon after we broke back in. We pissed on a grave, got turned into a gimp, fought our way out of a redneck brewery dungeon, and showed our bare ass to all of paradise. We got our Christmas tree sorted, picked up our dry cleaning, and then we did our duty and voted. Riding that wave of American fervor, we then did a one-man raid on a terrorist base, even though it was completely for its own sake. We impersonated a police officer, paid our fines, got steaks, got crotchy, got napalm, we smoked health pipes, weed, catnip, we've drank beer, and we've had so much fast food that we should probably be dead. We've probably built up a body count of more than 500 people just by leaving the house to do some menial chores. We've fought and bested man, dog, cow, and elephant alike, and in the process have made nearly everyone in paradise want us dead. We have been involved in every single event this week that has made this town such a cesspool that the army has been called in to fucking sort it out. And there's still one day to go. So this is Friday, and welcome back to Postal 2, A Week in Paradise. And, well, we're going to start strong by robbing a drug dealer's house. A local drug dealer, in fact. For like the third time. He's just, honestly, either really forgiving or really forgetful. But it doesn't matter, because we have his money, we have some of his pipes. And he has no head. Not anymore, at least.
I'm not a nice person.
More money, and yep, off we go. Now, I didn't really talk about the army on Thursday, which I should have done, because, well, that's when they're introduced. Now, the mod states that it buffs up the cops, which is true. Cops in this mod are way tougher than in vanilla Postal 2. But the army didn't really receive that same buff. They're still, well, they're actually relatively weak. Still tougher than ordinary citizens, mind you, but really nothing to write home about. In fact, let's demonstrate. Granted, I have to kill everyone else to demonstrate it, but there we go. One of those brown shirt policemen would have been standing a lot longer than that. Now, this is kind of something to note, because there aren't really any missions where the military is a factor in Monday to Friday missions, but in Apocalypse Weekend the military receives a lot more focus. Now, you may have heard Postal complaining that he really needed a piss. In fact, I'm going to wait around until he complains again. Come on, you know you want it. Don't worry, the rest of the hour isn't just this.
I'm really gonna bust if I don't take a piss immediately.
There we go, so, piss away.
Ow. Ugh. Oh, I definitely need to get this looked at. Let's see.
Another objective. You know, I'd apologise for how disgusting that is, but well, you knew what you were getting into when you started watching Postal 2 videos on the internet. So there's a couple more things I want to show off on this map before we start heading off to do our objectives for the day. Namely is one of the weapons that we've had since the very beginning, but up until recording Friday I did not know what it actually did. And it only came to me when I saw that the two main Postal 2 guys, Mike Jarrett and Vince Desi, they are still posting on the Face Punch thread. They seem to be very active on there still. And they're posting they're going to do a patch on Friday, the day this comes out, actually. And they said they're adding a hands weapon, and I immediately knew what this K did. I kind of regret not picking up on that sooner. It's not terribly handy, but I should have figured this one out. It's kind of glitchy, too. Yeah. You can't really kill people with it. I mean, you can, but... Well, look at this. Yeah, they tend to just get moved out of the way by physics objects. I killed one dude with it and he was thrown against a wall, though, so... The AI didn't really know where to place him. Throwing cars upwards is also kind of glitchy. Doesn't exactly rocket you, but it's good for a laugh. There aren't really too many physics objects in Postal 2 for it to be a very interesting novelty, but... Well, I'd rather have it there than have it not be there. We need to get an alternator for that car. Don't worry, it'll be fine once we leave the map and come back. And there is one last thing I wish to show off. The laundromat, I don't know if this actually gets added in vanilla because I only just noticed it now, but I'm betting it's a mod exclusive thing. The laundromat actually has a new purpose as of today, and possibly Thursday as well. Let's demonstrate.
Hey, now I can't feel my legs.
I'm too jaded now, I don't even mind people throwing rotten cow heads at me.
Hi there.
Hello. Can anyone help you?
I'm here to pick up my normal clothes.
That'll be $500.
Shit.
Okay, great, and thank you.
We could just fight our way through the police station again, but this is quicker. And I do want the police uniform for one last thing. Something to just kind of round this Postal 2 LP off nicely and tie it in a neat little bow. Let's use the WMD as well. Just while we're here, you know? Because I don't use it again, it's not actually that... I don't find it a terribly fun weapon. When I say it's like the cow head times 1,000, and I'm not sure if I have said that yet, but I've said it now. Basically, people have a slow-acting poison that will eventually kill them, but it kind of makes them run around in a frenzy and spread it to other NPCs on the map. So, it's just a novelty weapon, really. It does do a hell of a lot of damage. Some NPCs can survive a direct hit from it, but not too many. Not quite certain what was happening there. The Postal 2 AI is still a mystery to me, and one I never really hoped to understand, because that would kill some of the magic of it all. On Insano mode, there's even more magic to be had. So, I guess we should head off now and start doing our objectives, and yeah, Postal 2 has some lag spikes when a lot is happening, mainly to do with explosives and moving objects. I've also experienced a couple of crashes since changing PC, but they're rare and they only seem to happen when I'm really fucking with a game by firing loads of explosives or really doing horrible things to it.
I definitely need more of that.
You also get this, which takes us right to the suburbs map so we can get right to the parcel centre. And now this map has some new enemies in it. There are Osamas on the rooftops, and these guys don't actually have randomised weapons, they always spawn with the same equipment no matter what difficulty you're on. Well, okay, maybe not on Liber mode, but definitely on this and up. And Liber mode gives everyone shovels, by the by. Now, this map is actually one of the hardest to traverse at this point, because the Osamas are placed in such out-of-the-way spots, and they have so many rocket launcher enemies that you don't really have much time to actually fire off on them. And because of awkward hitboxing, firing at an enemy dead on who's firing a rocket at you most likely means you're just going to hit the rocket and they'll get off scot-free. Luckily on this run I had a bit of luck, the cops actually seem to take care of them for me. And yep, you can try and smack rockets away with a baseball bat, it's not terribly handy. Because they're homing, they just tend to turn around and start heading for you all over again. You can also knock them off course by throwing a sledgehammer at them. I did a lot of research with throwing things at rockets when I was practicing for Friday, so I'm an expert on deflecting rockets and getting killed by them. I'm gonna want that back. There is actually a route you can take on this map that allows you to just bypass all of the Osamas, but where's the fun in that? Plus there's an item I really want in the house nearby. The cops actually took care of a couple of Osamas for me, so it made things easier. They tend to prioritise you anyway, so if there are AI police in the area, they may actually score a few lucky hits for you. the Osamas will turn their attention to them, though, if they attack, so... I just really got lucky on this one. This is probably where I actually died most in the recording. Or in my practice runs, rather. I really like this pool table here. Just... because look at that! The 8-ball is one of those little bombs you can get. That's fucking adorable. And also, standing on physics objects in this game gets really fucking glitchy. There is actually a weird case in Postal 2. It doesn't happen very often, you can't really depend on it, but if you get stuck and the game decides to move you somewhere else, you can actually get moved into an NPC, and the game's response to that is to just blow up the NPC for you. Just wanted to see if you could actually do that. Turns out you can. So let's go retrieve our sledgehammer. Perfect. And we're free to go to the parcel centre. In our own time, of course, we still got to jump around here a bit. Maybe find some items. I'll say one thing about the crouch jumping in this game, which I've probably stated a couple times before, but it's really finicky. You have to kind of time it exactly for you to spring upwards. And I still don't know the kind of sweet spot for it, it just kind of works for me most of the time. Let's revisit Let's ignore that. Let's revisit Meat World for a second, because this area is still open. There's something I only discovered while playing my practice runs that I didn't know on Thursday, and it's a shame, because I'd have really liked to have thrown this in an extras video, but first let's jump up here and steal some catnip. It's probably the least concerning thing in this whole area. But using the sledgehammer over here, when we can find it, rooting through our stockpile of weapons, it's the end of the level! We just skipped everything. And sledgehammers seem to be a common occurrence here, because they are not the least bit concerned about the ones that just flew past them. There are no stakes, supposedly they stopped selling them after you stole them yesterday. Demand was simply too high. But, that's that. Just something, nice little extra at the Meat World place. They don't seem to be grinding people up anymore, so I think they've learned their lesson. Or they're just taking a break from it.
Hi there.
Hey!
I've got a note that says there's a package for me. Last name's Dude.
Let's see here. Yes, Mr. Dude. We do have a package for you, but there's some postage due on it.
Shit.
That'll be $100. I'll have somebody fetch it.
Okay. And done.
Hey, you!
Get ready for the slowest walking across the room cutscene ever. Yep, that dude's fucking walking alright. Mastered that shit. Oh dear.
That guy over there did it!
You gotta be fucking kidding.
Get him!
However, we get out of this one, because I don't feel like killing them. I know, let's use our newfound weapon. Gonorrhea. I wish I was joking. It's not actually that useful, because when you get shot it cancels your stream, so, yeah. Not to mention on randomizer mode, fucking rocket launchers in a confined space means trying to do a non-lethal using only your fucking urine is kinda tough. But, on the plus side, your urine now will make things throw up with 100% certainty. You piss on someone, they will vomit and get stunned for it. But, if you're trying to non-lethal, it's best to just have a fuck ton of health items and run like fucking no one's business, because stockpiling is kind of what saves you on a fucking pacifist run, that and a good knowledge of level layout. Like that. That's meant to be a mazy area that you run through, but if with some careful jumping, you can just skip over the whole thing. Yeah, he didn't seem to mind though. Oh well.
And one more group offended. Guess I'm just not a people person. Good thing I have Kevlar. Wait, do I have Kevlar?
Not anymore, dude, because I just ran that level in the stupidest way possible. So yeah, we just gave the whole of the fucking Postal Service gonorrhea. Or at least, we gave most of them gonorrhea. That's the kind of game Postal 2 is if you play it like this. But, with that done, now it's time to go get an alternator. So let's just try some more finicky crouch jumping to get up here, and well, let's get us some more Kevlar. There we go, now the dude can walk the streets in peace. Well, until he's shot again.
Well, what are you thinking about doing later on?
Think I could climb that building over there?
Are you on crack? Do you know what time it is?
Why is it when you're talking I want to kill myself?
Jeez, stop doing that.
I'm honestly impressed. That was the least disjointed conversation I've ever heard in this game. Yeah, Ian Fort Oblivion NPC conversations were bad. Postal 2, that's a whole new level. They're fucking brilliant. So if you go around here, if you walk on that road, namely, you won't get attacked by too many people. There are a couple of protesters, but they are far weaker than the Osamas. They can still take a pretty good baseball batting, though. Okay, that wasn't a really great baseball batting, but it was adequate, passable. Decent for the height from which it was dropped. Let's get some donuts. I'm getting really good at that. That door, oddly enough, only opens from the inside. If you try and open it from outside, it just doesn't go. I'm not sure if that's intentional or not. Probably is. Now, just to show you how bad things have gotten in Paradise, because as you've seen, the streets get more and more violent as the days go on. By Friday, there's army dudes walking the street, protest groups on near enough every map. There's a lot of areas you can't go without just triggering a fight, and on Insano mode, that leads to a whole lot of danger. But these apartments, which we've robbed near enough every day, let's look in them now. SWAT. 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 Partying SWAT. Whole lot of SWAT. They can party to nothing, it's impressive. Luckily they don't see me here, so let's just, yeah. Get in there, you cheeky little grenade. And this one too, because that one fucked up. I meant to kick it at them. Oh, well that fucked up. Well, I'll see myself out. That catnip is still on the 7th heaven sign, I just forgot to go and grab it. But, you know it's there. We don't really need it anyway. Come to think of it, I've grabbed a whole lot of items in this playthrough, I don't really need that much. But, you know, showing everything off is nice. Well, showing off as much as possible is nice, at least. I haven't shown much. There's still more to Postal 2 than I've shown you. So, what did I grab the police uniform for?
What's this? I am the law.
Should be plainly obvious. The AI doesn't really know how to react to something like this, and also if you walk into that door it shatters and damages you a bit. The NPCs also seem to get alerted by it. So security by this point is really tight. Fighting through here wouldn't be the hardest thing in the world, but definitely you'd lose a fair bit of health to get this money. We've made a tidy profit already. This police uniform came up good. Even though they've probably just seen me clear out the vault, they can't really shoot me because I haven't directly attacked one of them, so it's a little bit finicky and awkward, but they've got cow heads at the ready in case they spot the real perpetrator, and also this bookcase doesn't seem to move anymore.
Look out, idiot.
This is my punishment for robbing the bank. I can't move through all this AI without attacking them. I just slip through when they all get in.
I don't feel so good.
Pig?
Eat shit. Just trying to see if the pickup works on any of those things, and it doesn't, sadly. But doesn't matter, we got off scot-free. Let's just change back, this doesn't feel right.
Guns don't kill people. I do. I knew that stuff wasn't good for me.
So with that, we have robbed the bank every single day, Monday to Friday. We are damn good. Got away with it too.
I don't feel so good.
Yep, we definitely got away with it.
This can't be good for me, but I feel great.
Yeah, the picking stuff up is really, really finicky, and that alarm kind of frightened me the first time. I thought I'd really fucked something up, but no, it's just not picking things up right. So this is where we've got to head last. The compound. It's where Uncle Dave lives. I'm not too sure how much of a major character Uncle Dave is in the Postal mythos, considering I've only really played Postal 2 a whole ton, but he features in the Postal movie, and apparently he plays a role in Postal 3, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Hint, we're getting to that. Postal 3 may be happening sometime. Not like this, though. Also, remember Tora Bora? Well, the Osamas have had to downgrade. This is hardly a Tora Bora 2.0. But they don't mind me walking around here, which is nice of them. They've chilled a bit. My attack on their home base kinda, you know, it made them chill out a bit. They realised they shouldn't stress so much, and they're so chill they were keeping their mini nuke launchers out in the open. In fact, I could just take it and leave. See what I mean by getting stuck kind of blowing NPCs up sometimes? It's glitchy as all shit. Can't pick these up either, which I'm terribly sad about. I would want to kill someone with a thrown porta potty. But we take what we can get. Now remember my last extras video I showed you that you could just no-clip out of the napalm factory, the area you're stuck in during that level, and just walk back to the main entrance? Well, you see, there's a bit of a problem there. While the rest of the map is fine, the forecourt of the napalm factory kinda got fucked. Surprisingly, there's no collateral damage, considering that's a factory filled with napalm. And also, the army looks like a kind of street gang more than anything else, really. Even though they have budget cuts, and that's why one of them has to wield a baseball bat and one's just unarmed. Let's just move on to go get our alternator from the scrapyard. This is a new map, a bit of a mission-exclusive area as well. There's not much, really, this area has to offer other than, well, an objective. You see that and you just think, I want to drop that car on that woman. It's there, you know, you have to drop the car. If someone's standing under a car, you have to drop it on them. So let's try. Oh. Strong rope. Let's try it on the car itself. Yeah, I'll take that.
Hey.
Hi there. Hey Chico, I need an alternator for an 87 to fuck you.
That'll be $500.
Let me consider.
Maybe I should have waited for him to tell me where it is. Guess I'll have to find it myself now.
That was a no, by the by. So, the main enemy of this stage? Not the console, no, it's dogs! but we have stockpiled fucking doggy treats over the course of this game for this mission. They eat a couple, they're friendly to you, and they will attack whoever attacks you. It's actually easier, honestly, to just run through the stage than to actually, you know, fight the dogs or try and, well, throw them off with treats, because dogs do not have great pathfinding. Their attacks are easily dodged. All that really works within this stage is that you're in a tight maze-like environment. And also, unlike that little mazy area in the post office earlier on, well, you can jump on this bit here and, you know, skip a bit of the area. But all these meshed cars, there's an invisible wall blocking that. So, you can get your bearing by jumping up here, but you can't really advance that far. In this stage, actually Friday is pretty easy, all things considered. Thursday is definitely more difficult than this. Friday seems a bit of a kind of, well, not let down though.
Next.
It's just that the missions they give you aren't terribly hard, and filling a whole mission with dog enemies really doesn't do the difficulty any favours. Apocalypse Weekend in itself is way harder than anything you'll face in regular old Postal 2, but it's been a few years since I've played that. Just throw some dervish cats their way. They also seem to eat donuts. I didn't even notice that when I was playing, but that's something new to me. Always learning. Yeah, you see, even when they're dervish cats, dogs tend to win out when faced with a cat.
I feel like shit.
But it acts as a momentary distraction, so who's to say? This maze-like area is also really simple. I say that, but I still get lost. It's just that there's one little turn that is really easy to miss because all the walls have the same texture. They don't have very many cars in the town of Paradise, it seems, so all the ones that have been cubed just seem to be the same cars over and over again. Also, because I use the... No, I don't want to... That's one problem. When Postal Dude feels his addiction coming on, the item automatically swaps to the health pipe. So, yeah. That can be a little bit annoying. I just missed the turning there. You must have seen it for a split second, and I'm heading in the wrong direction. Don't worry, I'll catch myself in a second.
Shit.
But this way there is some health items and some more doggy treats in case you need them.
Fuck. I knew I should have smoked that crap.
Honestly, using Postal 2's base controls is really antiquated. You probably know that by this point in the LP. I've spoken on it a couple times before. I'm just so used to it now that I only occasionally fuck it up. But yeah, throwing items away with it is a chore because I have to take my hand off the mouse and... yeah. Because WASD and then the tilde key to throw. And my tilde key is next to my enter key. I also saw this guy when I walked in. He spawned in front of me, but I didn't capture that in the edit, so fuck him. God, I didn't mean to sound so harsh. It's just another Paradise NPC. Let's burn these Larry the Crabs. No one wants them. I'm out of the level now. My vow of not killing dogs is over. It's what he would have wanted. Goodbye, Larry the Crab. Didn't need to do that. Also, like cactuses, you can't piss yourself to death. Okay, that was the weirdest sentence now in this fucking LP. Also, if you have friendly dogs, they'll warp maps over with you, which is nice. I'm kind of surprised as well. I didn't know they did that. I learned a lot in this fucking run, because I didn't do this in my practice run, so... always learning. Always something new to figure out. I don't really focus on it, but there's the entrance to Napalm Factories. Napalm Industries, rather. Yep, you can't go back in there.
This can't be good for me, but I feel great.
Dog helpers aren't that useful, especially on Insano mode, where people have, you know, flame weapons and rocket launchers by the bucket load, which tend to deal with dogs pretty quickly. What is handy, though, is dogs will charge your enemies, and then enemies with rocket launchers will fire at their feet and pretty much take themselves out for you. That's assuming a dog charges into them, of course. They'll also run after any catch you throw. Yep, and there go all my dog helpers. I honestly feel kind of guilty about that one. Oh, this is fucking awful. Let's just move on from that one, not let it dwell on us for too long. Let's go check out the nondescript warehouse. That seems interesting. Especially because we've discovered the K function, we have something to use it for in there. It was some real fucking serendipitous timing that I just figured out what it does on Friday, when I first also noticed this. Not that, not a bathroom. I knew about the bathroom, no. It's in here. This warehouse isn't too defended, there's a few rednecks in here who will attack you. Or in this case seems to be cops. Oh no, the redneck warehouse is the next map over, terribly sorry. Yeah, look, press K, pick this up, this little box arranging puzzle. The tiniest box arranging puzzle ever.
Shit.
But up here there is some more armour, and what's that? Well, there's 3 items up here. Some more catnip. And last but definitely not least, right over in that corner over there. God damn, that guy's a good throw. Such a shame I'm going to murder him. A chompy game cartridge! The second one we've found. And we're not going to use it. Yep, I think he's dead. All of those are obviously physics items. So, that was the nondescript warehouse. They were protecting a prized game cartridge. Only a few in existence. Oh, one of our dogs survived. Well, such a shame. He's probably not going to live long in a horrible hellhole town like this, particularly with the stuff that Dude gets up to. We tend to face a few enemies once in a while.
Hi.
Hi there.
Can anyone help you?
I'm experiencing a sort of burning, itching, spewing kind of effect.
Could you pull down your pants and let me take a look? Gonorrhea. Go to the Vindicure booth.
Thanks.
Remember the vendor cure? Yep, it does more than just dispense health pipes.
Hello. Gonorrhea. Go to...
And she identified it a lot quicker.
Pull your pants up. Oh.
Not a chance.
I am the Vindicure 9000. Please step forward and urinate. If you have a small bat, step up closer to the plate. Try not to splash me.
So, as we've already gone over, hitting this thing is kind of awkward. The mark is a bit undefined and hard to hit.
Shit.
And not to mention, I'm constantly taking damage, like that's really an issue.
Ow. Oof. Fuck.
You win. Good God, that is disgusting. Thanks for the urine. Go have a nice day too.
Next.
That was only mildly excruciating. And as you'll notice, the objective is already completed. We don't actually have to take the pills, we could just keep pissing like this till the end of the game. So let's put those away sometime. I'm not going to take them right now. We'll just keep looking at the bottle.
I feel better already. I gotta find more of that good stuff.
My logic is, it's the clinic, there has to be some health items around here somewhere. It's so weird, you can kind of see that doctor had spawned in a second earlier. Oh well. So, next on the agenda. The compound. Let's put it off for a bit. We have another warehouse to raid. This time with rednecks. I'm not sure why I just walked in. They are a hate group. They will attack you on sight. And they will blow themselves up if they have the chance, if it damages you. Yeah, enemies with rocket launchers, as we've probably said 100 times already, not incredibly clever. There's a reason the ones scripted into the game tend to be stationary. It's so they don't do that. Also, this just kind of demonstrates what an awful shot I am.
Sorry, apparently I'm feeling a little psychotic this morning.
There are still people playing on shared paying online multiplayer. I played a server and I got my shit wrecked. I am not a good shot. That much is probably obvious. Oddly enough, I played on CS Aztec. They've ported quite a few maps over. So, the multiplayer community is still strong for what it's worth. And there's a hidden health pipe back here. Lovely.
I knew that stuff wasn't good for me.
Earlier days there's some health pipes in here, but fast food will have to do.
I feel like shit.
Well, you shouldn't kidnap cats, dude. That's why you feel awful. And I took the damage in between the screen before I started recording again. Postal 2 seems to have a weird kind of problem with DX Story where it just... If I kind of stop recording sometime around a loading screen, DX Story glitches out and keeps recording no matter what I do. And I have to shut the game off to actually get the file. It's kind of weird.
Look out!
And also, that's a group you only see in fucking Apocalypse Weekend, the Meat Hate group. Or the Vegetarian group. The Peter joke, basically. Easiest way to call it. Just find it, they're placed here on Friday, so that's nice. They're reincorporated into regular old Postal 2, but they won't become a hate group here because we have no objectives against them. So we picked something up here many, many days ago. Let's return one last time to... Oh, we can't pick that up because we have max ammo, because we never used the rocket launcher. Let's use the rocket launcher. There we go, we've now killed every hate group in this fucking LP. It's complete. We've done it all. Beautiful.
This can't be good for me, but I feel
Now I'm
great.
satisfied. This has been a success. No matter what. There we go. Let's head off through that final loading screen into the final objective map. Okay, I'm maybe dramatising this a little. Off to Uncle Dave's cult compound. The swinginest place in paradise. Tucson. That's where Running with Scissors are located, if memory serves. I don't know jack shit about Arizona, though, so I couldn't tell you about those other towns. Pretty certain Paradise isn't actually one, though. And Catharsis. Not an expert.
This is the ATF. Please stay inside. Do not attempt to leave the building. Pay no attention to the men with the torches.
Stop oppressing us. We're innocent bystanders.
We recommend you douse yourselves with something flammable and gather in a confined space.
The good book told me to make you die, then myself.
Someone's gotta take over, now! I ain't dying for this. I want this situation neutralized. Move out! I'm on it. Go, go, go!
We're not zealots! Eat lead and die, unbelieving heathen scum.
Secure the area. Comb the perimeter.
Right, well, we've got to save Uncle Dave. We could head straight down that road, but I prefer to jump over here and take the back route. So how exactly are we going to clear out a whole troop of cops from the front of a compound? They're armed with rocket launchers, fucking assault rifles, the works. Well, guess we're going to need some catnip and a nuke launcher.
Yeah, baby, I am.
Right. This is how you ambush people.
Wow, Uncle Dave's at the party.
We've been invited. These policemen haven't, though. Oddly enough, I actually think these cops will just let you run in, but fighting back out is the hard part. So, really what I've done is make things mildly easier for myself. Thing is, in the Let's Plays I do is I try not to make things too easy for myself. So I've denied myself the most powerful weapons in some cases. Just where it would be more fun. But whenever you bring catnip into the mix, you're basically an unstoppable, lightning-fast force of death. What's also notable is if someone's on fire, they can't defend themselves against your bladed weapon, so run into someone with a sword or an axe and immediately slice them and they are done. It's pretty serendipitous that that cop got a grenade launcher, because that actually made her probably the least threatening opponent on the map, because she's got a maximum radius and I can draw her fire to her allies. With varying success, of course. Well, that was fucking awesome. Let's move on.
Oh man, that's fucking awesome.
And that's how you clear out a that's how you clear out a police raid. Yes, that's what I meant to say. That's how you clear out a police raid. So once you've cleared all them out,
I feel better already.
Thanks for telling us, dude. So once you've done that, you've got to find your way into the compound, and there's a couple of holes that you can sneak in through. When I say sneak in, you're invited, but they ain't opening up for no one at this point. There's about 3 notable entrances. There's an underground pass that I rarely ever use because, well, that doesn't require jumping on shit. And there's 2 holes in the roof. We're going to go through the hole in the roof because once this part begins, there are 2 ways out. A couple of them cave in. What's also notable, but I don't show it off even in the extras video because I'm not capable of pulling it off, but much like any other objectives, if the target NPC is killed, the mission is a success. So if you stand in exactly the right point and shoot a rocket at the building and kill Uncle Dave, you can just fucking leave. Postal just says, yep, don't need to give him the present no more, and pisses off. That's one of the entrances you can take, but I accidentally set myself on fire. Oh well. I haven't been capable of pulling it off yet. I know where Dave is roughly in the building from the outside, but it's kind of awkward because he has more health than a regular NPC, and he tends to move around as well once danger is initiated. But it's a nice speedrunning tactic. It's viable. Much like if you never actually piss on this day, the objective to go and get medicine never comes up, so you can just skip that as well. That requires you never being set on fire either, so bit difficult. You have to be careful. Fucking awesome.
Hi there.
Hey,
Here you go, Uncle Dave. Happy fucking birthday.
kick ass.
Man. Too easy. Time to head home.
And that's the last objective of Postal 2 done. So what's left? Well, first I guess we've got to escape the encroaching police presence. But we've already cleared them out, so it can't be that bad.
Look out! They're coming right at us!
I'm kind of sad to say they never actually used that tank to fight you with. That would have been vaguely interesting. One cop just nonchalantly spawning in. They've got some serious tech. And the random number god has decided to give Uncle Dave either scissors, fucking shurikens, or possibly a needle, if the game was feeling generous. We can also go down here. It's not very nice though. Kinda crumbly and stuff. And warm.
I knew that stuff wasn't good for me.
But there's a fish radar. Now, this has kind of created an awkward situation because of the way it's laid out. He can keep volleying grenades down here if he was... well, if I didn't just shoot him to death. Luckily, they seem to have gassed themselves out.
I knew I shouldn't have smoked that crap. Oof.
Nope, just gotta wait around for that to clear out. Seems about time I fucking mistimed a grenade kick on this fucking playthrough. What am I saying? I've probably done it before and not realised.
This can't be good for me, but I feel great.
So this mission isn't terribly hard. Again, Friday just doesn't really have the hardest missions in the game, which feels kind of wrong from a difficulty perspective. On Insano mode, though, they've given a couple of enemies rocket launchers, and I suppose that's kind of more difficult. Honestly, I think in all of this, aside from Tora Bora, the hardest time I've had would have to be the police station itself. That is the tightest fucking environment. And when they give some people a sawn-off on that, well, it becomes kind of dangerous. I was kind of inspired by a sawn-off wielding cop I just saw a moment ago. I thought, yeah, the sawn-off, that's a brilliant idea. And he was right, it was a brilliant idea, but only when I use it. Also, that leads up to the sniper tower, but as we're about to learn, only disappointment waits up this stairwell. And a lot of death resides at the bottom of it. Yeah, I never got to show off the sniper tower. Oh well. This level might be easy because of my use of the sawn-off shotgun now I think about it. It's kind of... I read a post on the fucking Face Punch thread saying that someone could just fucking absolutely destroy the final boss in Apocalypse Weekend with that thing, so... I'm not really surprised that an average enemy is falling down to it like no one's business. The regular old Postal 2 shotgun is the only one that can pop heads though, but because of awkward hit detection you have to be right in their grill to do it. And this is the underground entrance, but once the police arrive it becomes blocked off, so we can't leave by it. So we're going out the way we came in. Violently, of course, not through this hole. We're leaving in two senses. So thanks to our earlier work, this little bit here is cleared out. But there's now police spawned on the main road, so... we've got one last little sortie and then that's it. We have fought our way out of the final objective map.
That's the stuff.
There isn't really much of a final boss to speak of. Crotchy probably comes closest to being a final boss in a way. Being the only one, actually. Both the first and final boss of Monday to Friday. But that's what Insano Mode gets you. The up and down difficulty is mostly based on what it decides to hand the enemies. Well, this is fucking cruel. Let's move on. Well, so, what's our last enemy? It's not that police car, by the way. It is the ATF commander! Just a fat guy. And he's dead.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Yeah, he waited so long for this raid to come to fruition, and now he's dead. Just giving him a little bit of extra backstory. They waited years to take on Dave's cult compound.
Normally I'd expect a fancy cinematic to explain such a crucial story element. The font is nice, though.
Yeah, I fucking love that. Just, oh, the apocalypse. Their fucking newspaper delivery is fucking incredible in this town. So yeah. On GTA 3 or Vice City or San Andreas, you ever turn on the riot mode cheat that was fucking awesome? And then did you ever turn on the give all civilians guns cheat that was also fucking awesome? Well, that's this ending. Everyone is now angry because of some fucking hate plague. And it's our job to fight our way home. Luckily, they seem a bit preoccupied. They don't really aim towards you, it's kind of every man for himself. But this is a fucking horrifying scenario. We're trapped behind this burning car. I'm kind of forgetting something crucial that I've learned way earlier in this fucking LP. And I've known it for years. The front bonnets of cars do not have a fucking hitbox, so you can walk through them. Also, it fucking rains cats from the sky. And because this is fucking Week in Paradise mod, they turn into dervish spinning devil-top cats right on contact with the ground.
I feel better already.
Just taking the gonorrhea pills, you know. No time like the present. We can fight our way home any way we want, but I'm going to take a kind of leisurely stroll through the mall first. We've got to stock up on supplies for this upcoming apocalypse. And we've got to see the arcade one last time. See it in a proper video, not an extras one. The NPCs actually seem oddly chill. I say oddly, they're typically killing each other with more veracity, but who's to say? Oh, well, that's really something. Well, that's the arcade done with. Now let's hit the food court, because I don't think I've ever shown this off. That giant box of Chinese food, you won't really notice that until Apocalypse Weekend, where you actually see the Chinese restaurant. So yeah, it's kind of fun to just keep a save of this part open in case you ever just feel like going back and seeing the whole of Paradise in an absolute state. Actually, I forgot to do that. Shit. Oh well. So that's the food court. All of those vendors do actually sell food, but we kind of pilfered it for ourselves. We're selfish that way. Plus it's the apocalypse, we're just beating the others to it. And there's a health pipe back here. There we go. I'm kind of taking an approach. I'm just going to shoot everyone on site at this point because they will get triggered, and buy one now, god damn it. Alright, let's go buy one.
Hey, you!
Okay, that's poor customer service. Yeah, you can't get anything from vendors anyway at this point, so really my only option was to murder them.
Minding my own business, just enjoying my Second Amendment rights, and you people freak out.
Just to think, a few days ago Gary Coleman was here. He'd be ashamed of us if he saw what happened in this mall. But he's in jail right now. Presumably based on posts I read on the internet. There's not really much more to add at this point. Everyone is dead. This whole town is cleared out. We've got to make one last trip to the Running with Scissors offices. It just feels right to do so. To see how this is all going down. That's, can't help you there, man. Get out of this office. You probably made Postal free now I think about it.
Look out!
Just like one Running with Scissors employee running out just like, oh, they're shooting in this office? I'm so surprised. It's been violent video game processing in the last few days, man. Go get your thumb out. Do something about it. Tell them it's your business. Sorry, I have no idea where I'm going with this. Well, if that's the state of Running with Scissors, I'll just... may as well just head back and see the credits, I guess. It's one thing those dervish cats are good for. Skeet shooting. Oh yeah, also, because I haven't mentioned it yet, but the Postal dude is, immune to clipping like that. He's also immune to the effects of the WMD launcher. Not the direct explosion, of course, that still kind of blows him up. Ah, and this is the fucking alleyway where we found that secret mission.
I'm an equal opportunity lunatic. I feel like shit. This can't be good for me, but I feel great.
Yeah, this town's really gone to shit in the last few days. And it seemed so nice on Monday. All these NPCs better get out of my way. I'm bringing some thematic completeness to this.
My weapon understands.
I'm bookending it.
I'm sorry, apparently I'm a little psychotic this morning.
Jesus, that's a line you can hear all the time, so that means that everything in Postal 2, everything that happens is done before 12 PM. I don't even fucking get up until 11 when I don't have to. I mean, occasionally I do, but it's only by fucking accident. I'm not a morning person at the best of times, but I think this explains Postal 2's bad fucking behaviour. I'd be pissed off too if I had to get up and do all this shit before 12.
That stuff really works. Ah, that's the stuff.
That explains everything, really. Postal 2, the town of paradise. It's just a town full of people who aren't fucking morning people, and I applaud them for it. You can see how it came to this. I just want to get to the rooftop to have a nice overview of all this.
I definitely. That stuff really works.
Let's just go check the library. Well, it was a nice try.
Shit, how far away do I live anyway? This seems like a good route. I better get my ass home before some psycho shoots it off.
So there are some unique lines there. I think, aside from anything else, this is the mental image that we should take away from Postal 2. You know, there is some strange, horrific beauty to it. nice is this for the ending of the story? You don't save Paradise. I mean, before Apocalypse Weekend, this is how your story ended. The town that you spent a week exploring has just gone to shit and there was nothing you could do about it.
These things never get dull.
Everything you were involved with just made this town worse, bit by bit. And you know what the greatest part is? The main character, nor you, gave a shit. Well, okay, that's a bit presumptuous. Maybe you gave a shit. Probably shouldn't have, because it's probably better off this way. It's a nice way for this whole little saga to end. The town just going to shit in the background.
I wonder if this
Beautiful stuff.
can still make Julian fries. Ooh, that gotta hurt.
Got this.
This can't be good for me, but I feel great.
One last building to look in before we go.
Just call me Ginsu.
Well, they've got the guns at the ready, but they don't seem to be killing each other, so that's an improvement over the rest of the town. Also, there's a med pack in here if you ever need it. Let's just leave them to it.
Just call me Ginsu.
And this is the final hurdle. You know what, we may as well just finish this off by killing our neighbour, because we've been stepping on their toes the whole way through. Oh, we have new neighbours. We're going to need even newer neighbours now.
That's the one.
Oh yeah, we already pilfered everything this morning. Well, that's that.
Honey, I'm home. You won't believe the day I've had.
About friggin' time. Did you remember my rocky road?
Don't.
For whatever reason, Resurrection Studios got cropped out when I was recording this, so, sorry. Resurrection Studios were the makers of the mods, of course. Not the most impressive. The rating scale goes from Jesus to Hitler, by the way. We're neither Jesus nor Hitler, we're just an office drone. Pushed over the edge, of course, but still not the most impressive. Anyway, let's have some extras, just while we're here. So, this is on Thursday, and if you want to get an objective done quick, just as I was jumping around to record extras, you can enter this here command, and all objectives complete.
Time to head home.
So that saves on a bit of time. Just a bit more pissing around with the K, or the hands, basically, from throwing. It really is hard to get it to kill anyone. You basically have to get the AI in a spot where they kind of get stuck and the game just decides to explode them. So throwing, not a viable weapon, sadly.
Oops. Now I'm gonna have to find it myself.
Now, if you decide to get the package yourself, which is... The spelling on it is awful, by the way. I urge you to pause it and read that. If you do decide to pick it up, which I'm kind of... yeah, I'm kind of about it. But if you pick it up, it never explodes. It never becomes a factor again. It just ticks. In fact, because you just did the objective, you can just throw it away now. It doesn't matter. Postal dude doesn't even care. Now, in this room, I skipped it in the main playthrough, but let's just take an extra look in here.
Your lives.
What's interesting is a few ATF officers get dropped in, or a few SWAT officers. And one of them appears to be invisible. I have no idea if that's a mistake or if that's meant to happen. Either way, he's one of a kind.
Be good for me.
Now, we never shown off the largemouth bass plugin. Largemouth bass plugin, rather. It shows who cops are on the radar. It shows cops on the radar. My language skills are fucking up after an hour of recording this stuff. So let's see what happens when you actually pay up for the alternator.
Hi.
Hi there. Hey Chico, I need an alternator for
All
an
right, I don't have
87
it right
to
here.
fuck
It's
you.
way in the back. Follow me. And there you go. Thank you.
Next.
Yeah, the same shit happens, but you got to skip a little portion of the maze. Oh well, that's horrifying. Moving on though. There is actually a cheat you can use that spawns a friendly dog. And I'm going to find it and show it off for you. There it is.
I'm so wrong. If you how this is so how but did I how I'm so if you that's I'm so this is if you did I how if you
There we go. Who says video games aren't art? Let's throw a cat. Horrifying. Really horrifying. Dog helpers aren't too useful on Insano difficulty, sadly. Also, these are GIMP dogs. You only really see them in Apocalypse Weekend, but here they are. They can spawn randomly when you use that cheat code. And these are untextured dogs. I've never seen them in the game before, actually. Not sure where they're meant to be from. And this is from a straight couple of minutes of hitting the cheat button.
fascinating.
Let's turn on one more cheat, but now we dance cheat. Gives your assault rifle a special property. That's the sound of over 100 dogs attacking someone at once. And this is what Now We Dance does. I'll show it off once I get over how yeah, that is. Yeah, it makes your assault rifle shoot scissors. Fucking awesome, not incredibly handy.
On a party.
Basically, if you shoot someone, your dogs won't attack, but if they attack you, then, yeah. Oddly beautiful to look at, not incredibly useful. And then someone shoots a rocket at all of them. Here's another way to do the final objective. Turn on flying, turn on invincibility, and give yourself a nuke with over 9,000 rockets. It's a little power fantasy. Oh, see? I told you Uncle Dave has more health.
Too easy. Time to head home.
This party really went to shit. And now, last but definitely not least, let's show off Enhanced Game. We unlocked it just for completing the game. Just for completing Monday to Friday mode. It gives certain weapons special properties and adds a couple of properties to the dude. I don't think I'll show them all off, but I'll show off a good few. Like, the secondary hit of the baton now explodes heads. So one of the weakest weapons in the game is now pretty damn powerful. That cheat I showed off earlier on Bladey. Now you can just throw katanas like that on the regular.
Have a nice day.
The Uzi now shoots scissors. The Smeg gun. Oh boy. Secondary fire now fucking explodes shit. It also causes your game to crash. The grenade launcher now shoots bouncy exploding cats. I actually find it kind of worse this way, but hey, the novelty works. Wanna go sneaky? Let's try using the silent sniper rifle. It now shoots a nuke. That's just natural. Oh yeah, also, Enhanced Game typically would turn on the cheats menu, but we've had that since the beginning, so make of that what you will. So now, ironically... Oh. Bouncing head. Now, ironically, the sneakier of the two sniper rifles is just the regular old hunting rifle, which just creates a normal explosion. The Holy Hand Grenade? Or the Jihad Grenade? Okay, that didn't really demonstrate it. Let's show it off over this way. It now clusters! And it really lags your computer. It also clusters if you just drop it to the ground with the secondary fire, but they still act as mines for what it's worth. The silenced pistol now chops off limbs. Doesn't work on some enemies though. Cops seem to be immune to it. Or at least those enemies that could also block bladey weapons.
Have a nice day.
Edged weapons, rather. And the Postal dude is now immune to fire, but that's not all. Not only are we immune to fire, now we piss napalm! Our piss is now one of the most powerful weapons in the game, because we can just fucking run through our own flames, killing everything. You can still, under some circumstances, be set on fire, but now that means you can just spread it around willy-nilly at no risk to yourself. So, that's Postal 2, everyone. A week in paradise. I hope you enjoyed.